I don't believe that shit. You ain't gonna find it through fucking yoga and all this other bullshit. I stretch out a lot and I believe in yoga, all this shit's great, but you ain't gonna find it in some fucking room. You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself, cause we all got shit. I put it in hell, I dissected it while it's in hell, cause you can't dissect anything in a normal environment. You can't dissect anything in 72-degree weather. You must put it in the fucking freezer and freeze the fuck out of it. And then you dissect it. Dissect it when it's miserable. Dissect the brain when all it's thinking about is, I need to get out of here, man. I want to get out of the fucking freezer. Open the door. And you said, nah, 5 more seconds, man. 5 more seconds in the freezer. And that's when you start to pick that brain apart. And that's what all this stuff did to me. I kept on putting myself back into the freezer or the fire and beating the shit out of myself, mentally and physically. Before I knew it, this is what happened.
You know, I don't drive Toyotas, I drive Ferraris. What do you want?
So that's it. Now,
Wait, you can't hear what I'm saying. The do you want, man? What do you want?
Right? And the discomfort, it's like, you know, my original teacher, Jim Rohn, used to always say, you know, there's 2 pains in life, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. He goes, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. You know, and
Yeah,
so
well said.
I've trained myself today, and then I do the first thing I do is always whatever is the most difficult.
Yes.
Because then you have momentum for your day, and when you train your brain to do what's difficult first, then emotional fitness just comes naturally, and more importantly, so does achievement, so does your ability to contribute to other people. Because I thought it's like, you know, disappointment either destroys you or drives you, and you have to decide which one it's gonna be. If you don't consciously decide, there's always gonna be more BS for you to deal with.
I was so hard to see the good if you're only seeing the bad. Like, there's so many people that struggle with what their version of success is, because they're looking at someone else's. There's so many people that struggle with their world of relationship because they're judging theirs based off of someone else's, right? And when you're constantly in the space of not realizing or noticing your world, your reality, because you're living in what appears to be someone else's, well, your shit is never gonna be right. It's never gonna be right.
I could wait around until I developed tremendous self-confidence, or I could begin to do things every day that were small, they're not major. And over time, when I did those 1 more calls, that 1 more meeting, that 1 more book I read, that 1 more podcast, not only am I doing more reps, so the likelihood of me being successful is bigger, but I started to convince myself I'm doing things other people aren't willing to do. Maybe I deserve things other people aren't gonna get. And slowly but surely, I started to convince myself I did deserve it based on what I was doing, not necessarily the caliber of my talent.
Yeah.